Hello darlings and welcome back to my channel. Now I'm going to spill the tea on where I purchase my perfumes. I get this question so much. I literally have received emails on, Rhonda, where do you get your samples? Rhonda, where do you find these fragrances? Rhonda, please spill the tea. But you guys, I usually do spill the tea in my description box below. Some of you are still not clicking in the description, so I want to actually dedicate a video on where I actually purchase my fragrances. So without further ado, let's get right into the tea on where I purchase my perfumes. Okay, you guys, so welcome back. We are ready to get into this tea. Now, I have a couple of places that I want to name. I always start my videos off or let you guys know where I get my perfumes. They will be linked down below. So any fragrance that I talk about, I will definitely link it in my description box where you can find it. Or if I cannot find the bottle for a cheaper deal, I will try to give you the best deal possible. Sometimes that does require actually paying full price or somewhere near full price. Sometimes you don't always get the deals like that, but for the most part, a lot of fragrances that I talk about, honey, I've already gotten a good deal or I found an amazing deal. So the first place I want to talk about where I get my perfumes from is on MERCARI. I sometimes actually receive samples when I purchase full bottles from designer websites and stuff like that. So sometimes they are free. Other places that I receive samples, you guys, is you just have to ask, okay? So you go in the stores like in Dillard's, Macy's, Sephora, they all can supply samples. If they do not give you a sample and you're asked, they're full of, you know what I'm saying. You usually can't get a sample from the actual store. They will give you samples if you ask, or you can't be one of those girls that keep going in there asking for samples every time you go in the store. Now they will catch wind, but for the most part, if you ask, they will definitely give you a sample. Now, when I'm purchasing my samples, you guys, when it comes down to niche, I usually go to Scent Split to purchase samples, as well as on FragranceNet. FragranceNet is a place that I also link fragrances to because they usually have good deals. So I usually do recommend that you try FragranceNet. They have other perfume discounters as well as FragranceNet, like perfume.com, and also Perfume Mania sometimes has good deals. But for the tea, the next place, I link it down below. You guys, every one of these places that I link, I've actually shopped at. So I will not place any links of any fragrances that I have not shopped at, or if I do, their ratings are so high. You're talking 100,000 plus sales. You're talking, some of them almost have 1 million that I am linking these fragrances to. So you guys, they are reputable and they also stand behind the fragrances that they sell. So I usually link to those. So be sure to check the description box down below where I actually purchase these fragrances. And yes, sometimes they are niche. And yes, sometimes they are almost half price. A niche fragrance being half price when it first comes out is a little sketchy. That's a little sketchy, okay? But if it is close or $50 to $100 off, that sometimes is possible. Now, these actual designer or niche brands, I'm not going to say any names, honey, but I think you guys are already aware because I have linked them several times and you guys have purchased, and yes, you got the tea on those fragrances. But there are a few designer brands, or I keep saying designer, but I mean to say niche brands, that you guys, the fragrance usually goes on sale on the gray market, the discounted market, almost right after it is actually for sale on their site. Okay, I'm not going to say any names, okay, because, you know, I don't want to do too much over here, but I will always link them down below when I'm talking about them. So that is the tea on where I actually purchase my perfumes as well as where I get my samples. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you're able to get your desired fragrance, either it being designer or niche, and you get it for a good deal, because over here I love to spill tea on fragrances that are for a good deal. Do I pay full price sometimes? Yes, I do. But But for the most part, I would say 95% of the time, honey, I'm not paying full price. So definitely check out my description box below so you can get that tea as well. So thank you so much for tuning into this video, and be sure to subscribe if you have not done so already. Thank you again, and I can't wait to see you in my next video.